Doug Mazeski.
It's still Tattoo Month!
All right.
Are we
Halloween is still at the end of the month. And we're still not going to get tattoos.
We're still not going to get a
because
tattoo.
we're still married.
Because we're still married.
And remember, tattoos, not tutus.
Yeah, well, at least you can take off a tutu.
Yeah. we could wear tutus on the show. That might please you.
That might
when
get
Peter
a high...
danced as Candy, he wore a tutu.
Maybe we'll... didn't
I
mention that one
get
episode?
that picture out of my mind.
Yeah, so we are so fortunate having Paige back, a local graffiti artist.
And we had a lot of fun last week.
We sure did. He's also an entrepreneur. He has a combination art gallery, mini bar type setup downtown. And we're going to have him on and ask him a whole bunch more questions. More about the nuts and bolts.
Because this is an interview show.
Yes. We're going to try something new tonight. We've just given him all the questions, and Doug and I are going to go get a pizza. No, only kidding. Please
just
welcome.
bring me some of the tacos from upstairs, please.
Please welcome Paige back for another week.
Welcome back to the third chair. Peter is happy to be here another week.
Second week, same cup.
I've been duct taped to this chair.
Yes,
why he's happy
any of our viewers that want to send Peter and Doug some clothes, obviously they wear the same clothes a lot. They might need some new duds.
Yeah, and deodorant. Lots of deodorant.
That would be a first.
Yeah, so we put some out for the guests too. And we're lucky we got Pays. Oh my God. Pays
like
back.
He pays the IRS.
Yeah, everybody does that.
True, yeah.
And we have Pays back another week, and we are very glad. And we're going to talk about the tattoo business.
Okay.
Tattoos, I know people, because I was with my daughter. She got a tattoo in London, but they do a little drawing beforehand, and she sent her picture ahead of time because she made an appointment ahead of time.
Yeah.
Is that what the way it mostly works?
I mean, for the most part, different tattooists do different techniques, different ways. Me personally, I draw directly on your skin. So you bring me those ideas, but I won't trace them. That's, you know what I mean? People are coming to me for the type of style of art that I do, right? So, I basically freehand everything religiously.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then they look at it before you finalize it?
Yeah, they'll look at it. Yeah, of course they look at it. Now, if it's a new client that truly has never been tattooed by me, just happened to stumble in our shop and end up with an appointment with me, they get a little alarmed, because I'm drawing on them with a marker, and yes, it looks cool, you can see it, but it doesn't look like what the tattoo's going to look like. And it just takes some trust from the clients or some knowledge that they've actually seen the process of how I do it, and they're comfortable with me doing so, right? But yeah, that's kind of how I do my thing.
Nice.
Now, do you have like some people have skin problems and they want a tattoo?
Every once in a while, whether it's problems with their skin or scarring, I guess it just depends on the person. I mean, maybe we can't tattoo that area. Or, it's very rare that it's like you're not getting tattooed at all because of it. But yeah, everybody's different. It's a living canvas, so we have to see what the canvas is when it gets there and see what they can handle. You know what I mean? Again, whether it's an illness or it's scars of some sort, right? We have to just see,
So let's say I get a tattoo and I'm ready to go. Do you give me instructions like...
Yep, the whole process of how to take care of it, what to expect, reminders to come back in a few weeks. Let's see what it looks like healed, I mean, the tattoo's not done until it's done. Yeah, I'll tell people to come back, 2-3 weeks. If you're around the area, just pop your head in the shop. Maybe 1 out of 10 might need a little touch-up action, and that's free.
Of course, my daughter, she goes on... She likes to get them on trips.
Oh, well, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Not as easy.
And she's away from mom. So mom can't say, no!
She asked us if she could get a tattoo, and my wife says, yes, when you turn 18.
Yep.
She started them at the 18, she said that.
And now she's full steam.
Yeah, she has 10 or 11 or
Oh, yeah?
something like that.
Yeah, like I know you use like all sterile supplies and stuff like that. How often do you see like infections after the tattoo?
I mean,
or-
hardly ever. You know, it's really staying on top of our equipment and keeping everything sterile. Really at that point, it's up to the client to continue taking care of that tattoo after it's done. And the majority of them do it just fine, but you get some of those clients who are like, "Ah, my shit's crusty. I went home, my dog licked it, and I spilt the beer on it." You know what I mean? And it's like it's a wound.
Yeah,
It's equivalent
yeah,
to a
yeah.
second degree burn. So
Yeah.
it's like, hardly ever. Even with the clients that don't take very good care of their tattoos, it's still not that abrasive that it has been that much of an issue, I guess. But there could be.
So how do you deal with like really scared people? I mean, do you have to use duct tape? Do you numb it or spray it?
Yeah,
I
cellophane
mean,
them to the
you
table.
know,
Yeah.
although Doug here would be very brave, I don't know that I would be so brave.
I don't know how brave I'd be. I'm not a big pain
We already
person.
discussed it in a
I'm not-
previous episode
you
that
did-
he would use the Cracker Jacks tattoos.
You just said earlier, so some people like the pain, it's
a
that
stress
would not be
reliever.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so first of all, tattoos are not that painful. The majority of the painful tattoos that people talk about, what you've heard about, has a lot to do with the artist being too heavy-handed and overworking the skin and being inexperienced, which would lead to, holy shit, this hurts really bad. But
I thought sure you're going to go with that, depending on what area of the body they were.
yeah,
working
that
against.
that's
Like,
all. Yeah, that would be the next thing.
Don't stick that needle in my
Yeah.
testicle. Yeah.
Been there, done that. God dang it! But
We won't be putting that on camera at all.
the whole conversation just goes bleep, 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 and then carry on. Yes, area of body, that also pertains to how much it's going to hurt. But I mean, it wouldn't be as popular as it is if it was excruciating, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so I mean, 1 out of 10 is like, wow, this hurts. Most people are like, it stings. It's like a hot cat scratch. You know what I mean?
No.
It's really not
Oh,
too bad.
okay.
Yeah, it's not like a shot. I'm not going a half inch into your flesh and all that stuff. It's just tight little bug pin needles, getting you through those first couple layers.
So it's like a quick shot. Sometimes you get some shots and you almost don't feel them.
Yeah, a little quick poke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
not that bad. Not that bad.
especially now I'm more confident here.
You're like, you guys got to get a little chair with a number 3 on it or something.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So do you
You
have,
know, we could
Doug's
get
going to
that
volunteer
picture,
his wife.
but I don't know if I would want Peter on my arm or anything like that.
I don't know if I'd want a Peter on me at all. Honestly.
I'm going to get a giant one of myself on my back.
There you go. Yeah. I love myself when I see myself.
With words underneath that says, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah.
So, what is the greatest lesson you learned of how to make money in the tattoo business?
I mean, really put yourself out there and be honest with the techniques and the skill that you have. Don't overgas yourself up and not give the clients what they're expecting. And then just as an artist, you know what I mean? It's like tattooing is just another medium of the different types of art I do. So finding ways to let the public know I do all of that has really helped a lot, right? I found times in my career where it was like my promotions were focusing on one or the other. Even recently, I had someone ask me, "Do you still tattoo?" It's like, well, you better scroll down my feed a couple of hits. Like, what are you talking about? But some people just get accustomed to seeing all the murals and don't pay attention to tattoos and vice versa. So just learning how to really network myself and still be an all-around artist that's not just pinned to one thing. I'm painting. I mean, I don't do car paint jobs one color, but abstract car paint cars, paint trucks. I got some friends that have a big company in town. I'm about to paint a tank for them this winter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like,
You mean like a war tank, an
like
army
a
tank?
war tank they paid so much money for so long ago. And I think their goal is to put some street treads on it. So we had the Veterans Day parade. They can break it up then and drive it up and down. But
I want a tank just to get through traffic.
yeah, right? Nowadays, that's what you need. Or a Mack truck.
Yeah, really.
So You talk about doing the difference. Does that keep you from getting bored? Because I know, like, a lot of writers get writer's block. Do artists get artist
Yeah, there's
block?
times where I'm like, oh, I'm just been tattooing my butt off for a minute, and I need a break from that, and going to do murals where it's like, then I'm truly left alone. I can just paint, listen to my music, and not that that's too much different from tattooing, because once you get into the tattoo, it's just you and the tattoo. But yeah, I got a good variety of art options that keeps me busy.
So do you like play Pink Floyd while you're tattooing?
I play everything.
What's your favorite for the purpose of tattooing? Do you
I
have
mean, so it's
tattooing music?
I listen to a lot of hip hop, but honestly, upbeat music. You know what I mean? It can go from Pantera to Stevie Wonder to Comethazine, right? Like, I mean, it could go but it's going to be the more upbeat songs, right? Because people, not only for me, but people are like, you don't want them focusing on the pain. So they start listening to some bullshit they don't like, and then it's like regressing to focusing on the needle.
I'll meet you on the dark side.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the moon. It's
Yeah,
like,
little more upbeat stuff. But
Peter, what are you going to talk about when we get back?
we're going to continue to discuss the business of tattooing and running in that circle.
Running in that circle?
Yeah. As opposed to running circles.
We're running in circles. This studio is not big enough.
Because I think there's also one thing that Pays does very well to have success in the tattoo business. And I'll tell you what I think about it, and then we'll hear what he thinks about it. And it may not be much about it when we come right back.
But we'll find out.
Welcome back to the third chair, and Peter is nervous, so I had to talk for him. So, Peter, what questions do you have for Pays here?
Well, we're going to continue talking about the business of being a tattoo artist, because one of the things that I've noticed is it's like a cash business, like with half up front, half when you're done, or variations of that. Is that sort of what you've seen in the industry?
It is, right? Because it's not a necessity. You can live your life without a tattoo. So if you want a tattoo, you're going to pay for the tattoo.
Is there like tattoo insurance you can get? Like,
no.
You just have enough money to cover it up, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. If your tattoo fades, or tattoo insurance.
Usually, though, when you hear the story that someone got a tattoo that they don't like, it was like, oh, I went to a shop and it was $30 for the tattoo, and you get what you paid for.
Totally.
Well, the story I've also heard from my daughter is, oh, I went to my friend who has a tattoo needle gun.
Remember I said when I first started, I had to practice on my friends?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. It's like not so good, not so good.
I mean, there's a lot to it, right? There's a ton of tattooists, not everybody. And it's not all about the money, right? We want to create great artwork for people because this is the type of art that they're not going to be able to sell. It's not a canvas. It's not an investment in that regards. It's on your body forever. And
yeah, but you've also got to buy meat and propane from the grill.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But you're right. So it's like, you're learning your worth and that comes with over time of techniques and getting better. But tattooing, your ass is going to pay for it, isn't it?
Now, here's a question. I was reading about the personality traits of tattoo artists, and I can't say that I actually agreed with this article I was reading. So you can straighten me out here. It was saying that a lot of tattoo artists are kind of
hobos,
type A personality and perfectionists. And yet I've met so many of them that are like laid back, either that or they're smoking a pot before they were starting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, perfectionists, that's what you want in a tattooist when it comes to the tattoo, right? You want them to go the extra mile and really pay attention to what they're doing with you. But tattooing has been a double-edged sword as far as who's in the industry ever since shows like Miami Ink, LA Ink. Ink Master. Because now people just, they think that they can just tattoo because they've seen it on the show and seen it done. And you have so many clients that, are like, oh, well, this guy's $140 an hour. This guy's $150 an hour. Oh, that guy would do it for $30. And it's not till they get that crappy tattoo that they realize
And
what
they said,
happened.
oh, now I have to pay 30 plus
Yeah,
150.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, but regardless, though, people are still saturating the industry because there's no. I mean, if you got your money for the health department, you review the regs. If you buy the right equipment, the art doesn't matter. The skill level as an artist doesn't matter. You can become a tattooist. You can become a. Will you do good tattoos? Probably not. Maybe you will. I don't know, right? But the actual tattoo itself, that doesn't matter. So the industry is definitely flooded with a lot of people who are just
So are you just waiting them out, or?
Well, I've been tattooing 26 years, and they're still around. You know what I mean? It's different time periods have brought different waves of artists, and
depending on the show and the time.
Here in the Springs, we have a bunch of military bases, a bunch of colleges. So, unfortunately, we've had a bunch of shops that were able to open, are still open, that don't do good work. But because they offer that cheap price, these soldiers, these college kids will come get these tattoos. The tattoos suck, but guess what? These guys leave in a year or two. They're not here. So what you'll see in these shops is not a lot of repeat customers who are getting the full sleeves, the full chest. They're just getting little tats. But we're a town with so much of those type of people that those shops still stay in business.
Sure.
And, so it is what it is.
So here's a technical question about tattooing that's related to business. There are different colors of skin: black, brown.
Yeah.
You get closer to yellow. I mean, are you able to put in different colors, say, in an African American? Or what are the challenges of sort of some of those extremes of skin color?
Yeah, it's just tattooing for years. I know what I can push and how dark or how light the skin, what kind of colors, how they're going to heal and how they're going to look a month down the road, a year down the road. I'm not going to take someone that's super dark and pack a bunch of bright yellow in them, but I could pack some bright red, and when it heals out, it could be burgundy. And that kind of goes through the color palette that way. So yeah, I'm from San Antonio. It's like all my clients were in the sun, Hispanic, and tan as crap. Working with the darker skin also was a little beneficial, right? Because I come to Colorado and tattoo a lot of light people who have been hidden in the snow, right? And have bright white skin, so my colors were really bright and vibrant. But yeah, that's just a part of tattooing. After getting experience, I've been doing it so long. I'm not just looking about how this color is going to go in the skin, but I know how it's going to heal out, and that's what I got to pay attention to.
So here's another question. I mean, because I could see this. Someone may come in, and they've got a really, really, really bad idea for a tattoo that they want, but that could be an opportunity to just like take their several $100s and do a really, really, really bad idea
and just get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
how do you handle that, or is it even an ethical dilemma?
No, I mean, if it depends on what the bad idea is, because people want such weird crap, right? So if it's a bad idea because of placement, or maybe those colors won't look well on their skin, then it's my job to at least give them options and tell them why. But then you have the people that are like, I don't know, I want a flying penis on my arm. I've done that. if that's what you want, or maybe some young buck coming there, I want my girlfriend's name big as crap across my chest. Hey, listen, that's a bad idea. I don't care.
Very bad idea.
Well, hey, listen, I'm gonna do it.
Have you married her? No.
No. I met her last week.
At the strip club. She was the center stage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the fun. Boy. Now, do you do payment plans for people that get a tattoo?
Again, this is not a necessity. It's a luxury. So they can book an appointment a couple months out and then come in prior to and pay off that tattoo in full before we do it. But yes, the day that the tattoo's done, it's got to be paid.
Yeah, so it's not like
I can't take it back.
You're not. You know
what I mean?
you don't
I
have
can't
a
repo it.
tattoo
I
finance.
can repossess your tattoo.
Yeah,
tattoo.
or
I have a
finance
scalpel.
company. We're setting you
Yeah.
up to make
Well,
36 payments.
Hey, listen, they have finance companies for tattoos. It's called a credit card.
Yeah.
Bring your card down, you'll be all right.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, what's the longest time you've spent on one tattoo?
Multiple times I've spent 13, 14, 15 hours on one person. Back in the day when I used to do tattoo conventions, if you got a little bit of following, people come to these shows. Oh, you're here. I want this big piece. And I mean, what are you going to do? Get half of it now and half of it next year if I come back to this show? So I was finding myself a lot of times just boom, beginning of the day, locking in large pieces. We're in a military town too, so quite often I've had soldiers hit me up. Man, I've been following your work on Instagram for years. I want to get this big piece, but I leave to Germany in 2 weeks. Like, boy, you've been here 3 years. You're barely hitting me up now. Those guys just got to sit, grin and bear it, and get it done.
What do you have next?
What do you have?
You know,
Nick? I have
I've got
questions.
Yeah, I've got questions too. More on the tattoo artist process. Do you have questions on business?
Yeah, and I have questions kind of off business too.
The professional planning is so good.
Oh, it's good. We're totally prepared.
I'll just take over the next session.
You're, okay, you want me to keep going?
No, I said I will take over the next session.
Oh, because we're at the end.
So I will ask the questions when we get back.
And Peter has to be quiet for a little while.
Yes, and
Yes,
they'll be-
you get those questions for the photos because we're going to do those in the fourth segment tonight.
Fourth segment, okay. Real people, real stories, real life. We're looking for guests. We're looking for you here on the third chair. I'm Peter, that's Doug, and how many different ways can we have guests?
Oh, at least 3. We could have them here in the studio in Colorado Springs. We've had guests all the way from LA on Zoom, and we have gone on location, and we got our 3rd one already in the planning phase.
Awesome. Send us an email and we'll get you on the show.
Welcome back to the third chair where I'm going to ask the questions.
I return the floor to you. Yeah.
And not of you, Peter.
Please just don't hit me with your gavel.
Hey, can we get one of those for the show?
I think so. Or one of those British Parliament maces or coat of arms, a big metal ball and a stick. Yeah, you're on order, whack.
I get it. I get to use it.
Oh, too much power already. So you're doing so much work. Do you ever feel burned out? Do you take vacations?
I stay burnt out.
You're used to being burned out.
Yeah, we do vacation. We were out in San Diego about a month or 2 ago. We were out there for almost 2 weeks. Probably going to go back again in October. And get some.
So what do you do in San Diego that you love it so much?
Sit at the beach and drink beer and surf. Go to OP, PB.
So the kids don't drink the beer.
They don't drink the beer. They watch Dad drink a little bit of beer, but we all just go out with the family, get to surf. We love Ocean Beach and Pacific Beach in San Diego.
So your whole family surf?
We try our best. My wife is little bitty. She gets on the boogie board. Whew, she's gone.
No, San Antonio, that wasn't on the water, was it?
San Diego.
I know San Diego is.
No, San Antonio.
No, Houston
is closer. Yeah. From San Antonio, it's about 2 hours to Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi, yeah.
Which ain't the same type of beach, though. Let me tell you.
No. There's a lot of seashells.
More fishing down there than actual surf and whatnot.
Yeah.
My brother lived in Harlingen for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. So, make it down to the beach once or twice a year and, do stuff around the state and everything like that. And grill my butt off every day off I can.
Nice.
So that's always good fun.
So what meat do you love to cook the most?
Man, I do it all. But lately I've been messing with some chicken. I'm trying to make my own barbecue sauce and, messing with that kind of stuff.
Does
but
it have a little spice into it?
I'm doing right now I'm trying to work out a sweet and sour mango yard bird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just
That's
different
interesting.
stuff, you know what I mean? Just getting on YouTube and seeing different recipes. And, my
Playing
wife
with them?
cooks fantastic too. She cooks inside. I'm kind of the grill guy, so we'll hang out and drink some wine and cook some stuff
Do you
up,
have
right?
one of those real nice grill systems?
I got a pretty decent grill, and I built myself a little outdoor kitchen with a little bar, so we got our own little family set up. Ever since COVID, it was like we're really going to focus on doing things to our yard and our home to make it more entertaining for us here, right?
Right.
So who knows if that was going to happen again? That's what we felt like when it was happening.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know, so we-
pray not, but
60-foot long garden, trampoline, grill. We did a bunch of stuff that summer to.
how was your business during COVID? Because
Well, so actually, up to the point we did get closed down for the 6 weeks, and up to the point that we were closed down, we were literally tattooing when the health department called the studio and said, "You got to shut it down by the end of the night."
and someone comes in, I need one.
Yeah. Oh, we were already 26 artists. Everybody booked out a month to 3 months, so we had to that really threw a wrench. But honestly, I made more money not going to work because I paint so many murals and so many vehicles, and
Also, yeah,
I had 6 weeks to people that were wanting work. I was just like, okay, I'll do it all, and that's what I did. I must have painted 6 cars. I must have painted 10 murals in that 6-week period.
Do you consider yourself a bit of a workaholic?
I doodle for a living. It's hard not to.
So it's not really work.
I mean,
you're just
it's
doodling.
work, but I'm having fun. I'm painting. I'm drawing, and
And my teacher told me to stop doodling, said it's not working.
yeah. But maybe if I was roofing, I wouldn't be so trying to get it in. Yeah. Maybe I'll chill out a little bit. But yeah, during that time, I painted the mining museum off I-25 up here.
Oh,
north.
yeah.
Yeah. If you
That's
drive
a
by
neat
that
museum,
whole,
yeah.
that whole thing, I painted all that, and there's a tour bus company in town. I painted 3 of their buses. So, I mean, I don't want to be shut down like that all the time, but it worked out well for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to people, you concentrate on the tattooing, and if you don't want to talk to people, you
Go do a mural.
do a mural.
Yeah, leave me alone.
But can you be that flexible, or it just depends on what's
Fortunately, recently, well, I mean, flexible as much as I can be, being booked out as far as I can, right? As far as I am. It's not like I can just be like, I'm gonna take 6 weeks off and paint murals. I would have to plan that a couple months out before that could start, right? Because of the tattoo schedule. So when that happened, that was all voided out. It was, y'all are shutting down, cancel all your appointments for 6 weeks. It is what it is. You know?
So were you able to go back after 6 weeks?
Shit, right when I got back, day 1, boom, booked for 4 months. Listen, we were already booked for so long. Those people didn't care about COVID, so when we moved them, we had to move them, and then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And new customers.
Yeah, new customers and the whole line. And then you start talking about like the PPP loan, and everybody was getting unemployment, so everyone wanted to get a tattoo. You know, so yeah, we jumped right back into it, full steam.
Wow. That's amazing. Not many businesses
Were
can
able
say
to do
they
that.
did that.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people closed down.
Yeah, that's true. So our city did a decent job offering things to allow businesses to open, though. Like with Ultra Flat Black, a tavern license was $10,000. Because of COVID, we paid $3,500. It was like an initiative to get more stuff to open. So yeah.
Was that the liquor license that cost so much?
Yeah, the liquor tavern license was liquor, wine, beer. You know, everything's said and done with all your lawyer fees and everything's around $10,000. But
Yeah.
the city waived all city and state fees if you had your application in by a certain date in hopes to get more businesses to open. And
good for the city for doing that.
yeah, it was good. And
But you know, the city seems to have more businesses because you go on Voyager now. I mean,
it's blowing up there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Chuck and those guys that own a bunch of bars and clubs in town. They're opening up that multi-level club, restaurants, everything, and then everything else is popping up. I mean, honestly, there was quite a bit of businesses that closed in town during that time, but there was quite a bit that opened too. You know,
Right.
we did see that.
I
So
mean, yeah.
yeah, kept it going.
And some of the businesses I'm gonna miss, but some of them was like, well,
You closed
maybe
for a
it was
reason.
time.
Yeah.
Maybe
You know.
it was time. So besides barbecuing, what really lights you up? What's your perfect day?
Hanging out with the kids. Do a lot of bicycle riding. We meet up at the tattoo studio on 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, and we'll get a good 15 to 25 people to come on their bicycles, and we'll go do a night ride, 15, 20 miles. So that's a lot of fun, you know.
So
getting
where
out.
you ride to?
We are urban. We're hitting the streets. Wherever we can go. You know, the last
Some neighborhoods are better for riding bikes than others.
we like the last ride we went from the shop up Colorado Ave to 30th, all the way past through Garden of the Gods, back to Garden of Gods Road, back to I-25, back. So you know, a lot of cool trails in town, but some spots we have to jump out on the streets. But all of our bikes are lit up, and it's 15, 20 people with stereos blazing and stuff. We kind of take over the road.
Do you take your bikes to San Diego?
I have a couple times. Not so much with the kids because we're flying and doing stuff like that. But when I was doing a lot of traveling with tattooing, I was driving a lot just to bring all my equipment. And then, of course, I would bring my bike, right? So
Sure.
I've ridden my bike in Mexico, Albuquerque, New York, and San Diego. I brought a bike with me at those times.
Wow, that's
Wow,
fantastic.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever go to Amsterdam, you do not have to bring a bike. They have more bikes than people. So
Just everywhere. Yeah.
They have their own lanes. It's kind of neat, but a car, if you look at it, won't run you over. But they told us, never trust a bicyclist.
They're the dangerous ones.
They're the dangerous ones. They said,
Yeah.
yeah, you can trust a car driver, but don't
Yeah.
trust a bicyclist.
But you know, hanging out with friends, you know, we like to hang out at Ultra Flat Black ourselves, you know, meeting different artists and stuff. But yeah, you know, hanging out with the kids and cooking. That's
Cooking.
the best. Yeah.
Do you fish as well?
Yeah, everything.
I mean, if
All
you're
the time.
San Diego, I'm thinking you got to be doing some kind of
Well,
fish recipe.
yeah, changing up stuff. I'm not from San Diego, but I love San Diego. But yeah, you know, we're trying different stuff all the time. Swordfish is always swordfish steaks are always good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so doing our best to live our best life.
Maui Maui,
Yeah.
Mako
Pe-
Shark.
Yeah.
Peter gets the next segment. I know he's going to have some pictures, and you might have some questions with these pictures.
Definitely. What the hell? No.
What's going on here?
What's going on here? Welcome back to the third chair. I'm Peter. This is Still Doug. And we have Paige.
80 episodes.
Yeah, 80 episodes. He's
Still Doug.
Still Doug. He's got that tattooed on his chest now. Still Doug.
Paige has been working on it during the breaks.
We'll have a special episode to reveal that in his new name.
Yeah, maybe.
And his new name,
Yeah, exactly. Do you ever let people like have a party? Like if someone comes into a tattoo for a tattoo, and
we
it's
cater
a
that
special occasion.
Yeah.
And they want like their friends to be able to come.
Yeah,
and,
we get
you know.
quite a bit of that stuff. We got tons of snacks and refreshments, and let them pick the music and stuff like that. So I've done that route where the groups come in and make an event out of it at the studio, and and I've also flown to different cities. Flying to Albuquerque quite a bit, tattooing the majority of APD, all of APD's K9 unit. I was going out there 3 times a year.
The
for
Albuquerque
years.
Police
Yeah,
Department.
police department.
You're doing the dogs or the officers?
The officers, yeah. But quite a bit of them and stuff. Yeah. And it was a good chance.
Sorry about that.
So it was a good chance for those guys to get out, and it's kind of like a party for them, right? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, but yeah.
That sounds absolutely crazy. So after 26 years as a tattooist, there's got to be times where you feel like a psychotherapist.
Oh, true. Because you see the development of what these people are telling you. For example, I had a client, this was years ago, I had a client coming in, I'm doing his full half sleeve. It was 3 sittings. And every time he'd come, his lady would come with him, and she'd sit with him, and I'm tattooing him for a couple hours. On the last sitting, she came with him, and he's like, I want to put her name here in the wave, but I want it really hidden. And she was there. She was cool with it. So we ended up doing her name really hidden. Well, 4 or 5 weeks go by, and he comes in for his touch-up with his wife.
Oh, different than the other girl.
Different than the other girl. And he's just looking at me like,
figured that out.
don't say nothing. And I was like, how does she not
we have a problem?
How does she freaking not see this name on you? So, you kind of get to see stuff unveil itself. Or you have a client that gets tattooed, and they come back in the future and get another tattoo, and it's like, I'm no longer married. I'm no longer doing this. I've had clients that have gotten tattoos while they were having cancer, and then they died. Right, so get to see them and talk with them, experience them.
Do you know about how old the oldest person you gave a tattoo?
Shit. So I had one guy, old man Bill. We damn near did his whole bodysuit. Retiree, concrete dude out of Hawaii. Retired here in Woodland Park, and probably worked on him for 4 years, and he had not a single tattoo until me and 2 of the other guys I work with started working on him. He ended up getting a full suit. I'm talking right necks, butt cheeks, feet, full Asian bodysuit. Didn't even start till he was 72.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
But his thing was like, I've had this corporate lifestyle my whole life. I'm retired, and I'm going to chill in the mountains. I'm going to get tattooed and drink beer and chill out.
Must have had one hell of a retirement plan.
He did. Because he was in the shop 2 or 3 times a month, dropping money and getting a lot of work done.
But he knew what he wanted to do, and he did it.
And he did it, yeah. So he waited all that time, and now he's...
Did you ever find yourself having to give advice, people saying, I'm thinking about selling my house, or I don't know if I should date this gal any longer?
I mean, a little bit, right? Only because I've heard so many different scenarios. I've tattooed so many real estate agents. I've tattooed so many bankers, and all we're doing is sitting for hours, so we talk about stuff. So I guess I've given a little advice. Hopefully it's gone well for them.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, I read something else about tattoo artists. And that is, a lot of them, after a certain number of years, because of the standing, have a lot of trouble with back pain or even tendonitis in their hand.
Man, get off your ass. It doesn't matter what job you have. You guys could sit in these chairs for the next 20 years and your ass is
We've been here for 20 years.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't even give them the comfortable chair.
Yeah.
Stretching,
no,
riding my bike, moving around. I have a lot of friends that tattoo. They get up from the couch, get in the car, get to the shop, get up from the car, get in the tattoo chair, get back in the car, go right back to bed. And never move. And it is a job that we're sitting all day. Biking helps me for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit of baby yoga with my wife. Maybe a little bit of working out.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got some young daughters. Yeah, so keeping it moving, because I have been tattooing for a long time, and I don't have no back problems or nothing like that. Me knock on wood.
Sure, sure.
Walk out of this. My 45th birthday was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Happy
We're having
birthday.
some drinks.
birthday.
We're doing some dancing. Someone spilt the drink. I slipped and fell. Damn near ripped my ankle off. It was
Oh,
like
my
at
goodness.
the, it was like at the strike of midnight. So I'm like, nah, 45 came. I better be careful. I'm talking crap. Like I'm good to go. A week from now, I'm like, oh man, they jinxed me in my back.
Things can happen fast, believe me.
Do you think there's a public stereotype of what a tattoo artist is?
Oh yeah, what a
there's been all
tattoo artist is?
Yeah,
Oh,
or
everybody.
how they're a classic personality. Or
I mean,
I know there's been the TV
grown,
shows.
Yeah, it's grown
Yeah.
over the years. You know, where it went to like, oh, you guys are pieces of crap, druggies, worthless. To now, we're freaking rock stars, and people think we're millionaires. A lot to do with the TV stuff and my sports car. Got people tripping.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But
yeah.
you know, I mean, tattooing is a lot of fun, but it is a lot of hard work. It takes time to learn these techniques. It takes time to learn how to build clientele, or even have art that people appreciate enough that you have a rotating clientele, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would think nowadays a lot of people think tattooists have it made, and a lot of tattooists do, right? We're very fortunate to do what we love and make great money and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's amazing how much money you can make for it not being a necessity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and so here's something I was wondering. Suppose you're just gonna open your own shop and get all the supplies from scratch. You know, assuming you had a building that you had reasonable rent, what kind of startup money would you need?
To start a tattoo shop?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it depends on what your goal is. Are you going to be the shop that's going to have, you know, a bunch of different tattooists, which means a bunch more equipment, or if it's going to be a private studio? And then that
This
also...
is something small, just a little private studio.
It's not hard to open a tattoo shop. The health board license is like $380.
Oh wow!
You could probably get some of the top-notch tattoo equipment enough for one person and probably spend about $1,500. So you talk about renting a building, you talk about a couple grand for painting, bourgeois, 6 to 10 grand. You could probably start to finish, equipment included, open up a decent tattoo studio.
That would be a pretty reasonable and low startup cost for a business.
But it's unlike any other business. You really have to have the talent to back it up.
Yeah.
You're not franchising another Burger King, you know, and
Yeah.
you're just getting it popping. It's like I've known guys to drop $60,000 on a studio and that shit flop in a year because they sucked.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
The product is
yeah.
totally different. So it's got to be that whole combo.
And I suppose customer referrals
All of
is
that.
a big
It's all. I
big
mean,
part of your business.
it's all word of
Almost,
mouth for the
yeah.
most part. Yeah, it's like, you know, you tattoo my friend John. Now I want a sleeve. Matter of
Sure.
fact, I work with 2 other people and they want this.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, constantly pushing out good work is the only way you're going to succeed.
Are you constantly cutting a deal? Like, you know, you bring me 2 of your friends, I'll give you
Nah, fuck
15%
no.
on.
I mean, now here's the thing. I get clients that get big work, and yeah, if they've been in here 4 or 5 times. They've spent $2 grand. You know, this week we have a 4-hour sitting. I'm only going to charge you half that because you're,
Yeah.
you know. But other than that, though, no.
You're not like having special coupon days.
No,
or
nothing like that. That's
a
you know,
barcode on your phone.
those are the guys just getting started and don't have the reputation of the following doing
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
One good thing about the internet, I mean, you get rated. I mean, people.
You can get reviews. You can be on different
Yeah.
outlets. You can have. I mean, I got videos on YouTube that have over 1 million views. So
Wow.
that, you know, like,
Wow.
yeah, teaching kids how to do graffiti. Those have gotten tons of views.
Wow.
So,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it all builds up from that kind of stuff. It's a lot different than when I started tattooing in '97. I remember in San Antonio, we had the equivalent of Academy, which was Military Drive, and every Sunday night they'd have cruise night, and the whole city would come out to this 3-mile stretch of road and just cruise with the lowriders and everything. And we'd be out there at the stoplight. Every time that stoplight hit red, 10 o'clock at night, we out there with flyers, going up to the cars, passing out flyers.
That's real old school.
That's real old school, because nowadays it's just I can boost the post and get the
Yeah,
same type of
yeah,
feedback, you
yeah.
know, or maybe show up to an event and just pop up and get that feedback. Back then it was hustle. But nowadays, if you got the talent, and that's not just tattooing, as an artist in general, if you got the package, you could put the package out there a lot easier.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, we will be right back in a moment to wrap up.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, kaboom. We'll be right back. Thanks. Hi, I'm Peter from Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching, and as you know, I do help people with drug and alcohol recovery issues. I love to help people get better, but I also offer a variety of other services, including regular life coaching services. I've helped several people write and finish a book. I've helped a doctor that was in medical school graduate and then get into a residency. And I also actually have quite a background in mathematics, and I do some math tutoring for the GED as well as the ASVAB for those that are thinking about a career in the military. So my contact information is on the screen. Please send me an email or a text, and we can talk about some of these services and how I can help. That's Peter Grigg at Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching. Welcome back to the third chair. I'm Peter, except on Friday nights when I dance as Kendi, but that's a different discussion. We have Doug and we have Pace, a tattoo artist and entrepreneur here in town. So we were talking on the break. Do you take naps? Because I mean, it sounds like you're working all the time, from sun up to sundown.
I don't take naps. I occasionally take safety meeting breaks.
A safety meeting break.
I smoke pot. That's my nap.
Oh, that's a nap. Okay.
That's my mental nap.
Okay.
I got I got some young daughters and my teenage son. So, and it's like, would love to take naps, but don't have much time.
Sure. As you say.
But I get my full night's sleep.
You get full night's sleep. Yeah, I mean, there's some very famous leaders in history like Winston Churchill and Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, people that did take naps. And we've had some guests on the show that just worked insane hours that would work a half an hour nap in, which I was always impressed with.
I feel like a nap in the middle of the day would ruin me because I just would want to chill the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can necessarily wake up midday of a nap and get right back into
they say that.
They usually, if it's a shorter nap, you can come back and you should feel more refreshed.
Yeah. But if it's a longer nap...
No.
It's a wrap.
It's
a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
All right, I had some... This is a tattoo you did of a dog, and amongst the things that amazed me is the bright orange in this. Is that people can keep that? And
people can keep that. Pigments are organic pigments nowadays. Will hold really well for years to come.
I mean, the contrast and the brightness to all of that is phenomenal.
A lot of it's contrast too, with that heavy black around the dog and then the orange popping around it. So
that really pops. I thought that was stunning. That's why I printed this.
How often do people want to do their pets?
We're a pet city, so quite a bit. And I have had people who have had their pets pass and they get them cremated, and we add a little bit of ash to the tattoo.
Oh, wow.
So,
do you tattoo animals?
Don't tattoo animals. Now,
do you need a special license to do that, or is that just...
I think so. So, when I lived in Texas, I did tattoo a horse's nostrils. Accompanied by a vet, because this horse had no pigmentation around the bottom half of its nostril holes, so it was just bright pink and white. And the horse was getting rowdy sunburns on the nose, and they were worried about the horse. Apparently, horses will get cancer in their nose.
Oh, wow.
Some dog breeds are the same way.
So this was a therapeutic tattoo.
Therapeutic, and the horse was partially tranquilized kind of out of it, and it was the scariest shit ever because I'm blasting away on a horse's nostril, hoping his ass don't wake up and buck me.
Sometimes horses react in some ways.
I mean, he was awake, but he was kind of out, and they had him in a strap thing where he's standing up, and he's like strapped and held there.
Wow.
And and I was like, $400, it'll take me 30 minutes. And it did take me 30 minutes, and I did get paid a lot, and I'll never do it again.
So if you did the animal, ashes and does it? Do you know if it stays in there for long?
I mean, so I'm using just a minute amount. I'm taking a pinch of the ash, I'm pressing it and grinding it more, mixing the ink, and then even a less amount gets under the skin. But it's just the point of having a little bit for that person.
Like a remembrance.
Right,
thing.
yeah. I'm really not trying to like pack an ounce of ash into someone's body, but which is safe and it's fine. But it's just about having just a little bit. That goes the same with people who have lost loved ones, humans, and we take the human ash.
Oh, so
and
wow.
mix it- yeah,
that's
mix it with the
interesting.
tattoo.
I can see that as a way to remember a loved one.
Yeah.
So I know there'll be viewers that say, "Man, I want to make an appointment with you. I want to get in and get a tattoo
Let's
of
get in.
a horse."
Yeah. A horse getting his nose tattooed.
A horse getting its nose tattooed. So what's the best way if someone wants to make an appointment?
Either call down to Fallen Heroes, which I've been there for 3 years. I should know the number, but I don't.
Fallen
But it will be on the
We'll
screen.
put it on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. On the screen.
Boom, it's there.
Call Fallen Heroes, let them know you want to talk to Pays. They're probably going to tell you to come down and have a consultation with me. We'll chat for a second, and then we'll sit down and figure out what time works best. Or you can just, again, PAES164, go to Instagram, go to Facebook.
So if someone sends you like a direct message, you're gonna.
Yeah, listen, my cell phone number is on Google. I use it as a business phone. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, you could text me or whatever. We'll get the ball rolling.
And we put ultra flat black gallery right there. So
Yep,
we can
Ultra
see
Flat
that.
Black Gallery, different than the tattoos, but this has kind of been a culmination of all the art experiences me and my two buddies have had over the last couple of years, and creating a spot to kind of filter all
Yeah,
that. for them, right?
I went down and visited. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
A lot
Got
of
some
fun.
good drinks and stuff. So,
Fantastic.
art for the city.
Art for the city. Yeah, support some local artists. Well, thank you so much for being here with us
For
the
sure,
last
man. It's
couple
been
weeks.
fun. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for the tacos.
the tacos. Taco Tuesday.
Yep,
Except it's a Monday.
it works.
It works. Thank you for watching the show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit the notification bell icon so you know when we've uploaded another episode. Thank you
Boom,
from
boom.
all of us, and we will see you next time.
Peace out.
Peace out, brothers.
This is